Based on our research and a lot of our experience, we believe at Tomorrow Today that there are 4 forces that are shaping the new world of work. So I'm going to hand over to Keith and ask him to unpack a little bit about what exactly that looks like.
Thanks, Saffron. I saw a quote the other day that summarizes one of 2 things that I think are true of Tomorrow Today. It was a Winnie the Pooh quote. And Winnie the Pooh asked, I think it was Piglet, what day is it? And Piglet said, it's today. And Winnie the Pooh's reply was, my favorite day. And I think one of the things that has guided Tomorrow Today over the years, by way of an underpinning philosophy and emotion, is one of passion. Our favorite day. Every day is our favorite day. We love what we do. We're very privileged to do what we love. I realize not everybody has that privilege. And that's a lot of what has built the business, this kind of underpinning passion. But on top of that, we've worked very hard at creating frameworks. We describe ourselves as an IP company, an intellectual property company, that's very involved in organizational design. And if you put all those letters together, it's iPod. And so we were way ahead of Apple in inventing the term iPod. And that is what we are about. We are about an intellectual property company that specializes in organizational design. And we're passionate about what we do. And we have an underpinning philosophy, if you like. And the philosophy or the framework is what I want to show you. Because what is important is context. Context is always critical. My passion is leadership, strategic leadership. And especially in that domain, context is always important. And the way we describe context in Tomorrow Today is to say we all sit here represented of some kind of institution or organization. And when we in Tomorrow Today we talk about a changing world, the context of the changing world. Graham will speak later about one of our key frameworks around how we can understand some of the disruptive change drivers that are forcing the change on us, whether we like it or not. It plays out in different ways across different industries and across different businesses and geographical regions, of course, but we are all subject in one shape or form to disruptive change because the world in which we live is changing. It also means that our customer or our client is changing. Their role, their expectations, what they anticipate, how we communicate with them, how they communicate with us, what we say about them, what they say about us. And again, understanding something of the broad changes in our customer base or our client base is absolutely critical in fashioning a realistic understanding of context. On the other axis for us, it's about a changing workplace. If the world is changing, it stands to reason that how we organize our work needs to change. Dan Pink makes the point that management systems are not a tree, they are a television set. In other words, they were invented. And because they were invented, it doesn't mean to say they're going to work forever. TVs break. And we're needing to rethink a lot of how we organize our work because of these kind of changes that are happening, and especially because of that change. The people inside of our businesses come from a different generation, and Saffron will talk a bit about that later. And these forces are acting together, the changing world, our changing clients and customers, our workplace changes, and our workforce changes. That provides a powerful context in which to navigate what we call the new world of work. The critical component in that is leadership. Leadership then becomes critical. Why? Because leaders influence organizational culture. Leaders make decisions. And whilst change can be driven bottom up, it can work like that, invariably it succeeds better if leaders themselves are asking the right kind of questions, are paying attention to the context in which you're operating. And this is also another reason why there can't be any generic answers. There can't be any one-size-fits-all. Einstein said thinking is the hardest work of all. That's why so few of us engage in it. Meg Wheatley said that thinking is the starting place for all intelligent action. And one of our key messages at a leadership level in whatever organization you sit here representing today is we need to be thinking. And we need to be thinking about this changing context in all 4 areas if we are to successfully navigate the future. So I'm going to hand back to Saffron, and that is just a bit of a scene set and a contextual backdrop to how we think in Tomorrow Today. And we use that grid, and it underpins a lot of the work we do, some of which you'll hear later. Thanks, Saffron.
I don't need the mic, thanks. Yeah, so if you'd like to learn more about this framework, Keith has a fantastic presentation called Leading in a Changing World, which really unpacks a lot of these concepts, which can also in fact be offered as a workshop.